your first then board, or that you are going to choose what type of symbol system that you want to use. So like we talked about before, do the assessment, figure out what type of symbols the person you're working with responds to, what type they need, and so you're going to use that. If you did the assessment and they needed photographs, then you're going to use photographs on all the visual supports that you're using. So you can print the templates that we have made for you from our website, and so you will have a first then template, and then you will also have a page of different types of pictures. If this is not what you need to make your first then board, if you need actual objects, then at this time you can go and gather some of those objects that you'll need. You can also go and find something to put the objects on that would be your base or your board, which would be something hard and strong enough to hold them. And so some things are a piece of cardboard or a cookie sheet, a half of a binder, something like that would be sturdy to hold your actual objects. You can also, if you think you need line drawings, you can make the line drawings yourself, and you can do that at this time. Or you can get more pictures than what we have here. You can go on the internet and get those, like we talked about during the first session. You can make pictures with your digital camera, and I'm going to show the videos from that first session after this, so that if you need a review, if you weren't here with us back in September, then if you need a review of how to get those photographs, then you can watch that. And so if you're missing anything that we didn't give you, then you can go and find that. So now go ahead and start gathering your materials, gathering your pictures, whatever you need to be able to make your first then board, and we're going to take 15 minutes to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google, just a Google search. So I'm going to www.google.com in my address bar, and then I come up with my search engine. So my first reinforcer is chocolate. So I'm going to type chocolate and then the word image behind it. And so here a bunch of images for chocolate came up. So I'm going to pick the one that most resembles what my reinforcer would be, or the one that I like the best. Sometimes you get some strange and odd images. So I'm going to choose this chocolate right here. So I'm going to push Control and click, and then go to copy image. Then I am going to I'm going to open up a Word document. So any kind of word processing software that you might have. I'm just opening a blank document. And then I'm going to click in my document, hit Control, click again, and paste special, and click OK. And there's my chocolate. So the next item on my list is running. I'm going to minimize my Word document, go back to my Google bar, and type running image. So I find lots of images of people running. So I'm going to use this one of this little boy right here. Control click, copy image. back to my Word document. And click inside my Word document. Control, paste special again. And there's my little boy. I can move him down. So you're going to continue to do this until you have all of the items that you have listed as reinforcers in your blank word processing document. And so now you can go and do those on your own. Okay, so now we're going to work on taking digital pictures of our reinforcers. So on my list I have coffee listed as a reinforcer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my digital camera and I'm going to take a picture of this. These are our little coffee containers that we use. So I'm going to take a picture of the actual label and use that photo as my reinforcer for my I am working for card. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn my camera on. And then I'm going to try and zoom in and get really close so that you can really tell what this is. And try not to get it blurry. When it beeps at me, it's telling me it's too blurry. There we go. So, I took my picture. Now I am going to connect my cord to my camera somewhere back here. Or at least I say I am. There we go. You have to find the right hole. And now I'm going to hook the other end of the cord into my USB drive. So I have my camera hooked in. I am going to come down and go to my finder and find my camera where it's hooked in. And then I can see my picture that I just took listed. So I am going to hit Control and go to copy, and then go back to my Word document and click in my Word document, Control, paste. Nope, that didn't work. So let me go back and try that again.
We got the camera on. Is it on?
Yeah, the camera's on. So let me just go ahead and open the picture. And I'm gonna click. Control, click. Nope. Let me try saving it. I'm going to say File, Save As, and Coffee. I'm going to save it on my desktop. So let's try it now. finding coffee on my desktop. Edit, select all, edit, copy. And then going back to my Word document, clicking in it, Control, paste. Oh, there it goes. So I can drag my coffee picture down. Make it smaller so that it will fit. There we go. And so that's how you take pictures with a digital camera. And after you practice taking some pictures if you would like, or keep finding pictures in Google, then you can also practice getting images from other places. So one thing you can do if you don't have access to Google, or maybe you don't have colored ink and you want to use something different, you can use things like stickers. So you can just print out some cardstock, cut them into squares, put stickers on there. You can also draw things, or have your child draw things. You can cut images from magazines or newspapers, sales flyers that you might get in the mail, or you can also cut things from packaging. So if I wanted to use the top of this coffee container, I could just cut this foil piece off and then use the actual foil piece on my I am working for card. The other thing you can do is that you can put actual objects on the card. So you could put things like maybe a Hershey's Kiss, or things that you would use as an actual object. You could just put Velcro on it, stick it right to the card, or just lay it on top of there. So there's a variety of things you can do. You don't have to be limited if you don't have access to some of these if you don't have access to the technology, or you don't have access to some of the materials. So go ahead and practice. Make your reinforcers. So now we're going to work on resizing your pictures and getting them ready to print, and going ahead and printing those pictures out. So I've pulled up my Word document.